Welcome to the Final Table Preview Show for the 2008 World Poker Tour World Poker Finals at Foxwoods. I'm Christy Arnett. It's been a long week to whittle the 412 player field down to 6, but we've made it. One of them is going to go home $1.1 million richer. One player who has a chance to do that is David Pham. That's right, the Dragon is at it again. This two-time card player, Player of the Year winner has cashed in the WPT 12 times before this, with 7 of them being in the top 10. This is his 6th WPT televised final table, and he has placed in every single position except first. The veteran has almost $7.5 million in tournament winnings, years of experience, and just over $2 million in chips. Not only will a win improve his current 7th place position in this year's POI race, but would also get the King Kong-sized monkey off his back. So for the final table, you're going to have Jonathan Jaffe to your left, and he's the only one who's got more chips than you. How are you going to deal with that?
Usually right now I'm not going to say what I'm going to do.
Right.
I figure it out. I know very tough for me. The situation is both guys, the young kid, they're very talented. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know sometimes I don't have a hand. They bat, they raise, they do all kind of stuff. So I use different opposite way to play with them. So one hand I eliminate with an ace rack suited. I know he's gonna raise, so perfectly he raised. I just flat card, drop an ace. I check raise him a little bit. Let's see how we do it before. So I think if I make that raise, look perfectly. If I had a hand, I don't want to raise. He will raise, push there, and he go crazy. I can do nothing.
Right. In seat 2 is Jonathan Jaffe, who's got the chip lead by more than 2-1 with just over $4.1 million. His aggressive style has kept him high in the chip counts for the past couple days of this event. Before this, his most notable major tournament cash came at this summer's World Series of Poker. He finished 4th in the $10,000 buy-in heads-up event for more than $100,000. Who's going to be your toughest opponent?
It's tough to say. Honestly, they're all good. Thinking back, Jack is really good, and he gets a lot less attention than the rest of them because he's pretty quiet, but he's just as strong, probably stronger than most.
Okay, so it's going to be a televised final table. Do you have fans coming?
Yeah, I live in the area, so I have a lot of friends and family come.
So it's kind of your hometown?
Hometown, like an hour and a half away, but yeah.
Jonathan Littell is in seat 3 with about $2 million in chips. Fortunately for him, his seat is in position to the only 2 players who have him covered. Littell is the only player at the table who owns a WPT title, which came at the 2007 Mirage Poker Showdown. Littell knocked out the Bubble Boy, Anthony Newman, to end play last night, giving him an extra boost and a little momentum to go into the final table.
Average chip stack, but it's like tied for second in chips because Jonathan Jaffe has 2 times average and the other guys are a little bit lower. So it's a good stack. I'm happy with it.
All right, well, we're really familiar with a few of the players, Mike and David, but how have the 2 fairly unknown players who we haven't seen play on television or anything, Jack and Charlie, how are they playing?
They're both playing really well. Jonathan Jaffe, he's playing really aggressive, He's playing pretty good, I mean, he picks the spots well.
Okay.
Probably one of the better people at the table. And the other guy, he's also pretty good. He's a little bit tighter, but, he usually gets his money in good, so.
Okay, what do you think about your seat, where you guys are positioned? You've got 2 really aggressive players to your right. How is that coming into play?
I definitely got the best seat of the house. I'd probably sell it to anyone else for maybe $300,000. So that's probably about what it's worth. So it's a great seat.
Seat 4 is Charles Marchesi with just over $1.7 million in chips. He's only got a couple major tournament cashes prior to this, but according to the other players at the table, he's solid.
I played casually until I started watching WPT and the World Series on TV. I've been playing seriously for the last couple of years, but this is my first 10K buy-in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
First one at the final table.
Yeah.
Now, you've got a lot of other pros that are well-known on TV.
Right.
Who do you think your toughest opponent is?
They're all really tough. David Pham and Jonathan Jaffe have been super aggressive, so they're a little hard to deal with. But I have respect for all of them, and I'm going to just try to do my best tomorrow.
Jack Schembach is a young professional with more than $733,000 in major tournament cashes, despite being more of a cash game player. He also recently won a preliminary tournament at the Borgata Poker Open for 342 Gs. Schembach is in seat 5 with just under $1.6 million in chips.
I'm from Pittsburgh. Started playing like in high school and college, and then got serious when I graduated from school. won a few small events, built the banker up, and now playing pretty big cash games and obviously doing well here.
Absolutely. So you've got a few known players at your table,
Right.
Matt Littell, David Pham, and all that. So who's going to be your toughest opponent?
I don't think it's about the opponent. I think it's more situational. You know, just pick my spots and, you know, go from there.
How's your chip stack?
Relative to the blinds, I think it's okay, but based on the 6 left, I'm pretty short. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Rounding out the table in seat 6 is none other than Mike the Mouth Matisow. After doubling up Charles Marchese near the end of play yesterday, he will enter the final table as a short stack with 816,000 in chips. This is Matisow's 4th televised final table on the tour and has yet to claim a title. He's going to have to overcome a chip disadvantage at a very tough table for him to do that, but he's up for the challenge.
I got plenty of chips. I'm not worried about like having a shot to win. You know, I'm really not.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got the shortest stack, but
The short stacks don't mean nothing. I mean, we're playing 20-40. I got 8-20. I mean, we were playing 40-80, and I had like a million when I finished second.
at Bellagio Cup.
Yeah, I mean, we were up to 40-80. I only had 2 million. So I mean, I'm not worried. I have plenty of chips. I'm not worried about that. I'm just upset the way I played. That's all.
Okay, what do you think about your seat compared to
Well, here was you know, I knew going to the final table. I mean, I knew the table draw yesterday. I mean, even when I had big chips, I know winning the tournament was going to be like a real challenge. I mean, I drew the worst seat in the house. I mean, I drew Pham, Jaffe, and Littell to my left. I mean, I never take a blind ever. They're always going to come at me.
What's it going to take for you to take your short stack and win this tournament?
Well, I'm going to have to take the ability to just, when they raise my blind, to be able to just ship it and hopefully not run into my hand. Be able to just not be afraid to ship it and build my stack and then I mean, be patient. You know, I got plenty. It's like 80 around. I could fold for plenty of round hands. I mean, I got no problems. I mean, I'm not afraid to ship it. You know, and I could pick up cards. I mean, it is possible, right?
Right,
pick
it's
up
possible.
cards. I mean,
and that's your final table. Make sure to stay tuned in to cardplayer.com for all your live updates. I'll be back to give you guys an interview with the winner. I'm Christy Arnett for Card Player TV.